Yo, what's going on, guys? Let's get into a build update, where we're at with the league, and what's going on. So, I want to quickly go over the gear, or some of the upgrades we did. My wand, helmet, shield are all still the same. These are all stuff I crafted or found. Talk about what I purchased and what I want to get next. So, we bought this amulet because it had life, chaos resistance, and dexterity. That's all I really was looking for. And then I allocated Ravenous Horde to it, and I'll go over my passive tree in a second here because of what that allowed me to do and why it's so important that we got that. I bought that, so that was about 50 C, and then it was about 60 C to add on to Anoint the Ravenous Horde. Golden Oil and Silver Oil pretty cheap right now compared to like end of league. So if you're looking to anoint, it's probably a good time to do that. I'll probably have this ring, this amulet for a long time. As life, chaos resist, dex, perfect. I bought this ring. This ring was 50 C. It is the cheapest ring with T1 life and minions deal any kind of damage that was available. Everything else was over 1x, so I went ahead and bought it. And on top of that, it increased cast speed, life gain on kill. Also, if I can use, I just throw a little bit of energy shield on it for now. That's not perfect, but it's good. So chaos resistance, life, minions deal damage, really, really good. And then I also bought these boots. These boots I overpaid a little bit. They're they costed 1x, but they have life, ton of armor, 30% move speed, chaos resist, exactly what I wanted. So what that did to my defenses real quick. We have 76 fire resistance, that was a change in my passive tree, but also have 51% chaos resistance. Chance to block is huge. That is while bone offerings up, and while everything's up, we have a 70% block attack damage and 69% chance to block spell damage while my flasks are up, as well as a 78% physical damage reduction, while the flasks are up, it's 82%. I also bought this Ringweed's Concoction. It is 1% off on chance to block for attack damage. I mean, perfect. I paid about 30 C for it. So again, we're sitting probably about 4x into the build. And the last big piece I really need to upgrade is the chest piece. We just need to hit a 6 link of something with life, big armor. This probably isn't doing it anymore, but it gets the job done now. For now, it is still. Quickly, we'll jump into the passive tree. What we did. So first of all, Anointed Ravenous Horde freed up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passive skill points, which allowed us to go heavy into defense. What we did is we got rid of this wheel, this life wheel and mana reduction wheel. We got rid of this armor wheel, and we reconnect over here. So we used to come all the way down here, grab this, grab here, and connect. So we just connected up here instead. Keep our shield mastery. And what we did is we just came straight down from here. So we used to end right here. This was the last line. We came down here, we grabbed life, we grabbed increased effective auras. Divine shield is huge. You'll see that it helps my regen so much. I just constantly have some sort of energy shield up now. Came straight down. Barbarism, great. +1 max fire resist, max life, all good. And we came all the way down to Juggernaut, and at this point I realized I don't need the skill point for reduced mana reservation and determination right now. I just didn't use it. But this node is better than these nodes. More life, more armor than what these 3 nodes combined can offer. We came down here and grabbed it. If I ever need that mana reservation efficiency, we'll come back here. Okay, so that's my passive tree. And last thing we'll look at is my Atlas passives. One big change we made is we got rid of the Kirak stuff. I'm stacking Kirak missions now. I'm like at 12 red Kirak missions. I'm just not running them. I don't need to. Maybe I'll get to the point where I do. Or I can cycle through them looking for like a Cortex maybe. But what we did instead is we were already coming down to these nodes. I linked up to the right side instead. It links to hit things I wanted to hit, like the Harbinger node and Abyss. At this point, we're fully in on Abyss. We're fully in on Harbinger. And the last thing I went like mostly fully into is Expedition. Yeah, I didn't grab this Expedition, no, but I grabbed this one up here as well. This one down at the bottom. This one up here is the big one. 50% increased quantity of Expedition logbooks and more monster markers. So I get Expeditions quite often with these 2 nodes. If I wanted them more, obviously I'd jump into this node as well. Other things on here, pretty much fully into essences. We have a little bit of heist. We didn't go all the way up here to grab this one, but we have these 2 heist nodes here. We're getting quite a few contracts, and then we also went into the Eater of the World passives. So hopefully show these off. This one's the big one on the upper right here. 50% increased chance to find Eater of the World altars. It's going to really juice up the maps more. That is everything on my Atlas tree. Let's jump into a E15 Belfray map. So as well as jumping into this, I have a little bit easier setup for my big combo on the league mechanic. So I'll show you what that is. And let's just start zooming. This build has so much defense now, we can basically walk into most things. Once our boys are up, we just convocate them over. Oh, we got an altar right away. Perfect. This also synergizes with the league mechanic pretty well, especially if you're on the scarab stuff. You get a lot of scarab rewards got here. Unique items, and so I always read the benefit. It's probably better to read what happens. Player gains minus 40 cold, minus 40 lightning. That's not great. Map boss gains 25% of life as extra energy shield. We're gonna do that. Neither of those were very good, per se. Alright, so we're gonna talk about what we got set up here. We've been prepared, gargantuan, redo. But what I've been noticing is that it is hard to get the vampiric recipe to drop. So I've been settling for putting a gargantuan in third instead of an assassin. You get a little less currency, but it still ends up being really good. So let's throw the mirror image in first, let's get it going. Gilded Div, I think that's a pretty good one if we're just gonna get one. You see stuff, we have our Eldritch Implicits on them. I just kind of scroll over them quick, see if there's anything weird. Put another one right away. Neither of these are very good. I'm just gonna skip it. Just skipping these is an option. I'm just gonna skip it. Don't feel like you have to collect those. If it's not dropping like currency or scarabs, I'm not super interested in them. It doesn't really affect the map. There's not more minions. It does spawn a pack, I guess, when you click it. But that's about it. Rolling through. See, these maps get way juiced up. This was just chiseled and out. Got a Greater and Awakened Sun. Okay, so we will do this one. Reduce recovery rate per endurance charge at an increased quantity and rarity. That's pretty good. We'll take that. That's just on me. I'm gonna grab Pokémon wand here. Maybe able to crap on it later. Alright, we're gonna throw in Trentord here for the second part of our recipe on insane loot. And a bunch of scarabs. Perfect. And anything. Okay. We have another altar right here. This is where we throw in Gargantuan instead of Assassin. This saves us one vampiric. It also saves us one map turn. Getting that recipe. As you can see, not a huge downgrade. A little bit. But we'll survive. We'll survive. I was running into problems where it wasn't getting the Empiric one to drop enough. Let's grab all this stuff quick. Probably on the last one, I just won't pick it all up and come back later because its inventory's gonna get full, I think. It's just really important to get the rejuve on last once you have everything. I think it's the most important thing. What we're gonna do here is this boss in the middle of the map. The cool thing with the map modifiers for like Eater of Worlds is that if you kill the boss, you don't get the boss ones anymore. They won't show up. So a third of the pool is up. They can either show up as applied to player, applied to Eldritch minions, or applied to boss. Once the boss is dead, boss ones won't drop anymore. They won't show up. There's better odds of getting good player and minion, or not resistant, wrong word, minion modifiers. It's a little cheeky way to manipulate the loot table a little bit, just a little bit. It's not worth the time. I think if the boss is like, if it's a linear map and the boss is at the end, this isn't worth doing, but middle of the map. So we'll go ahead and just do this quick. part had the energy shield on it because of that modifier we chose earlier. Well, the boss is no problem. We're basically standing in the way of everything too. The energy shield on the heart though is thick. That guy's bothering me. Okay. Down. Alright, last pass through here. Alright. So he dropped his 2 things. And it's ignite. It's not bad. Okay. We're gonna go back and finish our map now. We have one more altar to hit, and if we get another altar of Eldritch minions, what I mean by the reward types never being boss, if we get one. With that 50% modifier on the passive tree, you get them quite often. I had a map where I got like 8 of them. It was insane. Couldn't kill the boss though. Didn't read what I was actually doing. Alright, we're gonna put Rejuve on here. And let's see what we got. Get a little bit away here. As you can see, this isn't too much worse than using Assassin. I'll come back to this up later. But yeah. A little less currency, probably a little bit less chance of an Exalted Orb. But overall value is still there. Oh, corrupted. So this is what I'm doing for currency. This build is holding up perfectly fine for it. So yeah, I think this is endgame valuable. You can see that I finished my I killed the Exarch, both of the Eldritches, got the Void Stones for those. This can kill bosses, no problem. The only partially annoying thing is that potentially it's hard to spawn your boys sometimes, your Absolution boys. Get a little shy. Alright, so here's what I mean. See that their boss isn't on your player gains and building gains. Probably should have gone through these. This is what I mean. So this Elder, you know, there's sometimes a player gain will be like scarabs have chance to duplicate, and that would carry over to the league mechanic. So it's a good idea. It's like a little bit min-maxy, but it's fine. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. If this helped you out at all, leave a comment down below. Hit like, hit subscribe. It means a ton to me. I'll catch you next time.